What's up, y'all? It's the homeboy Killer K. And this is the Rasslin Cafe podcast. And, the band is back together, y'all. Well, at least 2/3, you know what I'm saying, of, the podcast. And like I said, this is the Rasslin Cafe podcast. We are the Impact Wrestling version of the podcast industry. So, man, just trying to fight to stay alive, man. What up, Big Southern?
What's going on, man? Just chilling.
How you doing over there, bro?
Fighting to stay alive, man. That's all.
Man, I'm fighting to stay warm, bro, man. It just started freezing like a mother over here, man.
Yeah, man. We got that springtime weather here, so I ain't mad.
Yeah, so let's see here our social media stuff. First and foremost, thanks to everybody, you know, who's liking us on Facebook.com/The Rasslin Cafe, following us on Twitter at The Rasslin Cafe, Big Southern at Big Southern. YouTube, you can find us there. Just go to youtube.com and search The Rasslin Cafe, and the podcasts, you can find those there as well. TheRasslinCafe.com. Visit that website, bookmark it, read the blogs, and, you know, if you miss out on, Raw or SmackDown, there's quick show results on there. See what else is there. You can subscribe using iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and all that good stuff. Keep, sharing the podcast, let everybody know about us, but let's start this podcast and, you know, start taking care of business. So, I know the last time we were together, bro, it was like before Rumble, so let's get your quick thoughts, man. What did you think about Royal Rumble and NXT TakeOver and stuff, bro?
Ooh, boy. Well, I'll tell you one thing, man. I absolutely enjoyed the Royal Rumble weekend. It was absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. The TakeOver show was really nice, and the Royal Rumble was even better. And I kind of was really expecting the Royal Rumble to be pretty good because of the added Royal Rumble match, which was the women's match. And, you know, other than that, yeah, it was really good. And I actually gave the Royal Rumble a pretty high mark. and the NXT pay-per-view. So I really did enjoy that. And, I thought that both matches, both Royal Rumble matches, both of them went the right direction. The only thing that I had a complaint about as far as the Royal Rumble men's match, was the last 4 people in the ring. I was like, this is kind of stupid to me because, they had John Cena, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, and Shinsuke Nakamura as the last 4 people in the ring. And of course, Finn Balor ended up getting thrown out. I think he got thrown out by, was it Roman Reigns who threw him out or something, I think.
I thought it was Cena who threw him out.
It might have been. But see, my whole thing was, you know, I just felt some type of way about that because I was like, you know, if anything, it should have came down to Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura as the last 2 people in the ring. That's what I think. And I mean, it would have kind of made Finn Balor look a little better than he does right now because they are really, really watering him down bad. And I don't know why. And, yeah, but as far as the, surprise entrances and all of that stuff. And the 30th person to come out being Dolph Ziggler, that was stupid as hell to me, because I didn't really care about that. It would have been better for the 30th person to be somebody interesting to me. I like Dolph Ziggler and everything, but that wasn't a surprise to me. The biggest surprise in that match was Rey Mysterio. I was like, yeah, I love that. That was nice. And, and we know that Shinsuke Nakamura actually won the men's Royal Rumble match, and I absolutely was going for either him or Finn Balor to win that match. And I'm happy about the results of that match. Plus, the women's Royal Rumble match, man, I'm talking about, we had a blast from the past on a lot of stuff, man. I mean, you had Michelle McCool, you had Lita, you had, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix, you had Molly Holly, you had Trish, you had both of the Bella twins, you had, Ember Moon from the NXT Women's Champion, you had, Kylie Sane, or Kairi Sane, I forgot how to say her name, but the actual winner of the Mae Young Classic. All of them. And, who else? Was it another person? I can't remember if I'm, missing somebody who was in that match. But anyway.
Did you say Molly Holly?
Huh?
Did you say Molly Holly?
Yeah, yeah. Now, the only thing that really disappointed me with that match, it was, the result of the match, I was happy, but I just didn't like the fact that both of the Bella twins were the last two in the ring with Asuka. I thought that was really stupid. I really did. I just thought that, I was like, what is the point of this? So, Asuka did win the match, and that was my pick. And I think that was the majority of everybody's pick. And, I was really excited about that. And since this almost is like a part of it, I'll just go ahead on and say I was excited about, seeing Ronda Rousey show up. A lot of people felt like, oh, she stole Asuka's spotlight, but no, she did not. She didn't steal Asuka's spotlight. Everybody was like, oh, they shouldn't have even let her come out that time. Well, when was she supposed to come out there? I thought that they brought her out at the right time, long as she wasn't actually in the match. Because, I mean, you already know by them putting her in the match, that they would have probably they probably would have had to let her win it, but I mean, just because it wouldn't have made no sense to bring Ronda Rousey and put her in the Royal Rumble match. And I mean, she come out for her first little thing and get thrown out. That wouldn't have rubbed right with me. But anyway, I was excited to see Ronda Rousey, step, into the ring. And, the only thing she really did was give a little stare down, and she pointed at the WrestleMania sign, basically letting everybody know, I'll see you at WrestleMania. So that was pretty exciting. The match with, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane, that wasn't a big surprise to me. Kind of figured that Brock was going to retain, although I really felt like, I wish they would have threw us a curve on that though. And, but, Brock Lesnar retained, and that match right there was crazy because it got real at one point. Braun Strowman messed around and threw that knee into the side of Brock Lesnar's face, and Brock Lesnar had to give him a nice slobber knocker to the head. So, and let me see what other match they had. The tag team match between Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable going against the Usos. I was disappointed with that match because they pretty much just let Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable get just mopped up. And I was like, no, they I don't think they handled that the right way. I really thought that either Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, they should have gotten a win out of that 2 out of 3 fall, or they should have actually won the whole thing, one or the other. I mean, damn, they didn't get not one win. And that just really made them look weak to me. And then the other tag team match with Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan taking on the Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. Man, Seth Rollins held his own for a while, but I kind of figured he was gonna end up losing the belt because Jason Jordan couldn't wrestle. And, unfortunately now we know that Jason Jordan had to actually get surgery on his neck. He had a neck injury and he wasn't able to grip. So, hopefully that surgery helps and make him a lot better when he come back and stronger and everything. And what other match did they have? I can't even remember what other matches they had. But anyway, the whole, to me, I really did. I did enjoy both NXT. Oh, that's right. In that men's Royal Rumble match too, Adam Cole, he came out there, and I love Adam Cole, man. That dude right there, to him and his boys on NXT, them guys, man. Once Triple H gets full control of everything, them boys going places. And I think that Triple H needs to let them guys do their thing in NXT until he gets more control over what goes on, where, these guys don't have to worry about, am I going to get used right or not? So, yeah, man, that's basically my whole, in a nutshell, on everything. I can't remember everything that happened on the NXT pay-per-view, so I ain't even going to go there. I'm just going to say I enjoyed it. So, yep.
Well, I gave NXT TakeOver 9 out of 10, and I gave Raw Rumble 8 out of 10.
I think me and you are on the same. We graded it the same. We graded it the same.
I mean, that main event on the NXT TakeOver, my God, man, that was like a 5-star right there in my book, man.
Yeah.
And the Ember Moon match with the
oh man,
what you say? Baszler, Shayna.
That's Shayna Baszler, that girl, dog. Let me tell you what, I cannot wait until she come to come up. I don't. They are going to have to do something with her. She ain't no joke. Man.
Let's see.
They are definitely going to have to use her right.
I will say, when it comes to the Rumble, cause when it comes to the Royal Rumble and Mania, I try to stay off the dirt sheets, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I was pleasantly surprised when Rey Mysterio's music hit.
Me too.
But, the smart in me was like, oh, maybe it's just a one-nighter thing, but, the issue there is, last I thought about it or looked at it, he wants part-time. They want him full-time. You know what I mean? And dude's like 40-something years old. He can't do full-time, man.
But dog, the thing about it, man, Rey Mysterio deserves to have if he wants a part-time schedule, man, he deserves that.
I agree.
I mean, he's a veteran, man. And I mean, come on, man. This dude he should anyway have plenty credibility.
Yeah, I mean,
plenty stroke. Yeah, so exactly. I don't know.
I totally agree with you, but you know, Rey Mysterio's been on Twitter here and there teasing, you know, a match with AJ Styles and stuff like that. And,
oh, Lord have mercy,
good
boy.
Grace. That would be a great match.
Oh my goodness.
And that was one match in the Rumble. What did you think about that one? I mean, obviously the outcome was obvious, but.
Yeah.
AJ versus Sammy and Kevin. Did you find a problem with that match being an opener? Because a lot of people in the wrestling community.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you said that. I forgot about that match. No, I didn't have a problem with that because, I mean, you know, really the matches are really surrounded by the Royal Rumble. And one of the things that really pleased me was them, and it surprised me. It really, really surprised me. The women's Royal Rumble being the main event, the last match on the card. That surprised me.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was going to be the opener, bro.
That's what I thought.
Your thoughts on Stephanie McMahon on the,
oh my goodness. They should have, honestly, dog, I truly believe that they should have had, instead of having, old girl, I don't know if you watched the pre-show or not, but old girl, Alundra Blaze, she was there. And I really feel like if anything, Alundra Blaze should have been the one on commentary rather than Stephanie McMahon.
There you go. McMahon, you know, taking the spotlight. And I agree. I caught a couple of minutes here and there with, Medusa, Alundra Blaze, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah.
And it was fun. She's like, oh, can I say ass on here? I'm like,
yeah, I know. I was left.
I'm like, you already did. You know, just ask for forgiveness later. You know what I mean? But I thought she would have been a good fit. But I guess kayfabe wise, if you want to call it that, the storyline wise, they're probably thinking, hey, it makes sense to have McMahon on commentary since she was the one that announced it and all that crap. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I agree with it, but I rather would have Alundra Blaze. As far as pops are concerned, man, in my opinion, I think out of the women, I think Lita got the biggest pop out of all the women.
Yeah, she sure did. She sure did. Now, Trish did too. Trish got a big pop too.
But between the two though, I think Lita got a bigger pop.
Lita, yeah, she did. I think that even, when the Bellas came out there, they got a big pop. I think people were more excited to see Brie Bella than Nikki Bella, but I mean, who knows? But I
have to agree with you though.
It was really good.
I have to agree with you, what you said earlier. I didn't want to interrupt because you were on a roll. But when I saw the Bellas at the end there with Asuka, I'm like, oh, fucking John Cena.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and if I, you know, it's up there on the WrestlingCafe.com, but if you guys want to see the order of the eliminations and entries, it's, you know, I posted it on there, but I was trying to keep track. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Michelle McCool was the one that eliminated the most. I think she eliminated 5 women.
I think so too, but she was getting down, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was really excited about that. This Royal Rumble here, man. To me, honestly, I've heard a lot of people say this, and I'm gonna say it too. I think this right here was like the best Royal Rumble I've seen in a long time.
The only reason why I gave it an 8 out of 10 is because I did not like the Usos tag match, the way they booked that, like you said earlier.
That was one of my things. Yep.
And I could understand why they did what they did with the bar because of the neck thing with Jason. So they were kind of backed in the corner. you know.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you know, I thought it was great. You know what I mean?
One of my things, the reason I gave it an 8 is because, okay, it was what you just mentioned. That was absolutely one of them. And my other things had to do with the men and the women's, Royal Rumble, which I already explained to you about that. The Bellas being the last two in the ring with Asuka, and, John Cena and, Roman Reigns being the last two in the ring with, Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, it made Shinsuke Nakamura look better, but I just really felt like it should have came down to him and, Finn Balor. But, oh well.
Man, that would have been off the chain, but yeah, we got a lot to cover here, man. So, you know, I'm gonna mention about that Dolph Ziggler thing that you mentioned earlier. I don't get that shit, bro, because December, he put the title in the ring, and then he shows up in the Rumble.
Yep.
And then now he's inserted into the Fastlane pay-per-view match.
Yep.
And then on TV, it's like these guys it's like they don't remember shit, you know, like the announcers. They were saying, oh, this is the first time he's been on TV in 7 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
7 weeks? He was at the Rumble, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just to come back and then bam, he's in the title picture.
Yeah, to me, he would have had to work his way back to the top. I mean, you walked out storyline wise or whatever, you usually had to work your way back to the top for that. And then, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. Dolph Ziggler, I'm not taking anything away from him as far as his performance and everything. He's a really talented dude, but to me, he's ran his course, man. I think that I do like the fact that he's held the championship, and I thought that it was messed up when they took it off of him so quick. But right now, I'm not interested in seeing Dolph Ziggler as the champion at all. Not interested.
Oh man, you're talking about a ratings killer.
Yeah. Yep.
I agree, man. It's time for him to go, man. I mean, yes, he's a great athlete, you know, and he can put on some good matches. But, you know, face it, bro, in my opinion, the creative just fucked them over, man. Like, just go somewhere else. Go to New Japan or something, man.
You know, he would do better. I thought that he was probably going to end up doing something like that, because one thing about it, man, Dolph Ziggler can go anywhere else right now and be a big, big, big star. But right now, the WWE, he's run his course. And I mean, I think it's time for, and you know what, man? I think that it should be like this. You know, I mean, I don't want to take away from I don't know how to really explain it, but like, okay, see what Chris Jericho is doing. Chris Jericho is going to New Japan, doing stuff, you know, and I guess he just probably felt like, man, I want to go and try my, you know, throw my name in the hat somewhere else and, you know, kind of put them on the map too, because I mean, man, WWE needs competition. And then, you know, if the WWE would trade off people and like, hey, we're going to send some people to New Japan and we want New Japan to send some people to us. And once, you know, we'll do, man, boy, the wrestling world would make a lot of money doing that. You know, but they already making a lot of money, but they would make more.
They used to do that though back in the 90s, man. There used to be a relationship between, but you know, Vince just got all shady, like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to take over the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, you know, Rey Mysterio, he's supposed to be doing something with New Japan, I think it's their next, pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think it was, with Jushin Thunder Liger, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some good matches back in Japan and
WCW. And the thing about it, what tripped me out when I heard Jushin Thunder Liger, I was like, damn, that motherfucker's still wrestling? Because you remember he was wrestling back when Brian Pillman was still alive.
Oh yeah, he's a good one.
So
the Shinsuke thing. Guys, when I sit here and talk about stuff, I don't necessarily speak what I believe. I throw it in there here and there, but I try to look at both sides, and this is where I'm getting at. And the whole Shinsuke thing, the dude's been booked like shit. Then all of a sudden he kind of wins the Rumble, and now he's gonna possibly win the championship at Mania.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that, man? Do you think that the booking leading up to Rumble, now all of a sudden, bam, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing about it, they had to fix what they screwed up with him. And I think it was now rather than, it was better to go ahead and do it now rather than to wait until later on to do it, because the more they keep watering this dude down, man, and messing his character up, it would be really unbelievable if they go and they keep using him as a jabroni and everything. And then all of a sudden, so right now, cause his character still was strong, but it wasn't as strong as it should have been. It would have been more believable if they booked him right, before the Rumble. But I really believe that, by them fixing their mess ups during the Rumble, I think that was the right thing for them to do. Now, just like you said, they must think that we forget what they play on TV or whatever, as far as the script goes and everything. But I'm telling you, I know the match between Shinsuke and AJ is going to be awesome. That is going to be that's going to be potentially be a 5-star match right there. And that's just on paper.
If they let them do what they want to do.
Exactly.
It's going to steal the fucking show, bro.
Right. Yeah. And it should be, if anything, honestly, man, which I doubt it, but I honestly think it should be the main event. It should be the last match on the card.
But we all know that Roman Reigns is going to be given the spotlight. So.
You already know, man. That's some I can't wait to Vince go on ahead and do his XFL stuff and get the hell out the way. I'm telling you. I love Vince and everything, but like we've been talking about for a while now, Vince needs to go and sit his ass down. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah,
sit your ass down.
Let's talk about some shit going around here. So what did you think about that Booker T, Corey Graves thing, bro?
Man,
I knew that shit was a work, bro, from the straight, man.
Yeah, I was, when I heard, at first, they had me at first. And then, let me see. What got me to not believe it was real, because at first, when Booker and Corey Graves used to argue on the thing, I was like, damn, I said, they kind of sounding like they really want to fight for real. Like Booker want to slap the dust off this bitch. And then when Booker went on his, podcast and said all that stuff, I was like, oh, hell no. And I was like, they done lost their damn mind. And I kind of was thinking, I was like, the WWE ain't stepping in and saying anything about this. I was like, I don't know about that. And okay, and then they talking about they had to pull him off the thing because they didn't want him to get on the Booker T and all. I mean, they didn't want him to jump on Corey Graves. And I was like, oh man. And then what really told me that they were full of shit was when, on SmackDown, when the New Day was back there saying something. Wait a minute. Was that SmackDown when they did that?
Yeah, there was a backstage Twitter thing. They were answering
and they were talking about Corey Graves jab or some junker, he basically, in so many words, he wouldn't have a chance against Booker T. They didn't call Booker T's name out, but anyway, that's when I was like, nah, I said, man, they full of shit. I was like, this couldn't be real, because I was like, it ain't no way in the world, if this was real, Vince and them would have allowed them to say that and try to, throw gasoline on the fire. And, sure enough, when Booker said something about, Corey Graves being on his podcast, I was like, man, it's some bullshit. They ain't fighting. And then when I listened to that damn thing, I said, look at these low down bastards. I was like, I knew it. They had me going for a little bit. They had me going. But, shit, Booker T said that's what he wanted. He said he wanted to go back to doing, the pay-per-view, the pre-show thing or whatever. I guess the travel was getting to him, and he was, he didn't want to do all of that traveling that they were doing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they had me going with that though, seriously.
For me though, it was like, like you said earlier, since nobody from the company said anything, and then two, you put logic in the equation, and it's like, dude, if you go wallywop his ass, man, you're going to lose everything that you got right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
you have a relationship with the WWE, with your wrestling school. I mean, that's just common sense came to me. I'm just like, okay, let's see how long they drag this shit out, There's rumors out there about, I know on TV it looks like Sasha Banks might do it, but there's rumors that, from Dave Meltzer, that they might turn Bayley heel.
I would love that. I mean, Bayley, man, she can do it too. I know she could. So they gonna have to, but right now, I think Sasha would do a better job, because to me, Sasha is a better heel, and I don't know why in the world they don't turn Sasha heel rather than Bayley, because I think it would help Sasha a whole lot, and it would help Bayley. So, and those females right there done put on some classic matches too. So, man, please. But we'll see.
I'm just trying to picture. I mean, I joked about it on Twitter when I saw the article. I'm like, so what's she going to do? Instead of hugging people, she's going to be slapping people instead on the way down to the ring. Yeah, Bayley's definitely in need of something, some sort of character, transformation. And she did even say on the Stone Cold podcast that, she wants to cross over to the dark side, but the E, has her as this female John Cena type deal. But I'll be pleasantly surprised, man, if, she goes heel. I mean,
yeah, I'm just wondering how well she could pull it off.
Yeah, I agree. And let's see what else is there. Okay, this is not that big of a deal. Well, in my opinion, Rich Swann and WWE mutually agreed to part ways.
Yeah, I guess, old boy, I don't know. I guess apparently he didn't want to come back, or they didn't want him back, or whatever. I haven't read up, on anything about why it came about or anything. I just know that, he was cleared of all charges and everything, and everybody was expecting for him to return, and next thing you know, I guess they say, nah, we don't need you. Or I guess he said, nah, I'd rather go somewhere else.
And earlier you mentioned, full control. I mean, didn't Vince, they're saying online that Vince, handed over control to Triple H. So does he have full reign, or does he not?
He, on 205 Live.
Yeah, on 205 Live.
Yeah, but that's about it for right now. And then from what I'm reading and hearing and everything, Vince just slowly but surely, handing over power.
So earlier you mentioned, when you made that statement, you were talking about full control of the E, not 205, right? Cause I thought you were saying that he didn't
talking about Triple H need to get full control.
Okay.
Although Vince is still, of course, going to be a part of it and everything, but far as the shows and everything go, I think that Triple H needs to be the man to do that. And then, Triple H already putting together a team of people, and Jeremy Borash is one of them. So Triple H is a smart dude, man. And I think it takes a wrestler or a former wrestler to really make this thing what it really need to be, and not going in business for yourself, but going in business for the better of the company. And I think that Triple H would be great doing that, because, him being a wrestler, and he already know how it feel to, be in all positions far as it goes. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they have a wrestler on commentary, have wrestlers in the creative team, you know what I'm saying? Cause they got experience, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like these Hollywood writers, nope. But a
lot of people felt really, a lot of people were pissed off that they took Booker T off of, the Raw commentary team. I know Taz was one of them who was vocal about it, and he was just saying that he thought it was crazy that they took Booker off of that, but Booker wanted to get taken off of there. And to me, I like Coach and everything, but I think that if, anything, they should have put Coach there and probably left Booker T and put Corey Graves on SmackDown and let him work with, that dude, I guess Tom Phillips, whatever his name is. And what's that moron dude that always, what's his name?
Byron Saxton.
Yeah, him. They should just left them like that. And I think that would have made a good team. Both, Coach, but I guess they say, well, we can't put two niggas on the thing at the same time. No, let me stop. But anyway. Shoot.
No, man, with Corey Graves being on both shows, man, they should have put him back on Raw and then just put Coach on SmackDown. But like you said, man,
Yeah, now that would have been good too. Yeah.
I mean, especially during Black History Month, man, hey.
Yeah.
Man, so what do you think about what's going on with, Strowman, bro? I mean, like, did you see Raw? I mean, I know you saw Raw, bro. Like, that thing with the bass and singing and shit with Strowman.
That was funny. That shit was funny as hell to me.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I had to bust a gun on that
bitch. Oh, man.
I mean, do you think that's gonna ruin his quote unquote mystique as a beast? Like, cause he's known to come out and whoop ass, you know what I'm saying?
No, because it was, he didn't go overboard with it. So, I don't think it's going to mess up anything, cause it was funny. It was funny what he did. And then at the end, he talking about, now you gonna get these hands or whatever. I was like, oh, Lord have mercy. So I like that line, cause it's been around for a while, but it's just funny hearing Braun Strowman say it.
And you can tell that the WWE is getting high on Elias, because normally when you're positioned on the third hour like that, man, they think highly of you, and I think he's coming. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. At the beginning, I thought, oh man, he's up to, what's that old saying, up the creek without a paddle, but yeah, he's been turning his game up, man.
Yeah, and then the thing about it, man, when he was in NXT, they hardly did anything with him, and all they really did is just jerk him around. And then when he come up to the, Raw and everything, shoot, man, please, I think, I like Elias. I like Elias. Did you hear that Jeff Jarrett's name was mentioned as far as the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
and
no.
he's trying to get back in good graces with WWE.
I might have, man, but a lot has been going on in my life lately. And, you know, all I know is the Dudleys, Goldberg, and give me your thoughts about Ivory, bro. She's the latest one.
You know, I'm happy for Ivory, but I honestly feel like Ivory should have already been in.
Man,
she should have already been in.
You talk about, she started, and she was rocking in the 80s, bro. And
exactly. So she should have already been in it. Victoria should have already been in it. I wish Chyna, and then you notice that they have been calling Chyna's name out more lately. Stephanie done mentioned her name. Triple H done mentioned her name. So I do see her going in, pretty soon.
I don't know, man. It's fucked up.
It should have already been this year.
It should have happened when she was alive, bro.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, it's akin to like that Macho Man shit. Okay, now you want to fucking induct him. You know what I mean?
Yep. Just like Macho Man should have been in there at the same time as Hulk Hogan.
Yep, exactly, man. So what do you thought, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, we can talk about that. Let's see here. So we got like, Asuka versus, who the fuck's she fighting? Oh,
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. I mean,
which, let me tell you what was so funny, man. I was just laughing my ass off. Nia Jax was saying, yeah, I'm the one who can defeat the streak and this, that, and the other. And I was sitting there like, Nia, if you remember correctly, you fought Asuka in NXT and she beat you. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same thing I thought.
So, but you know, a lot of people, who have not seen NXT would know that, you know, and just like Bayley had gotten beaten. She got beat by Asuka too. And, you know, all of them got beat. But let me tell you, before we go too far, let me tell you what was so funny. When Kurt Angle came out and made that announcement that, Nia Jax was going to face Asuka at the, what is it? Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
And he said, and if Nia Jax win, she will be put into the match and make it a triple threat. And I was like, wait a minute. I was, no. So she haven't even picked who she want to fight yet. So how the hell is this match going to be a triple threat match? And I guess, then they kind of tried to fix it up on SmackDown. And they were saying, oh, if, Asuka haven't, said who she want to face yet and this, that, and other. And I was like, yeah, go on, try to fix it now. But we don't even know if Asuka is going to pick Alexa. I think that, she's going to, Asuka, who do you think that Asuka should face? That's what I'm going to ask you, because I honestly think, I don't know, man, because who in the world is Charlotte going to face? We knowing now that, Ronda Rousey is trying to actually, you know, they trying to put her in a freaking mixed tag team match with, they trying to get The Rock or whatever, and they trying to get the match to be her, versus her and Rock versus, Stephanie and Triple H. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, and so that we know that Ronda Rousey ain't even gonna be a part of the title picture just yet. So I honestly don't think that Asuka should face, Alexa Bliss. I really don't. I think she ought to face Charlotte. And the reason why I say that is because it really would be a swerve. It'll be a swerve. Everybody thinking, oh, yes, she's going to try to face, Alexa Bliss. And, Then she show up on, SmackDown and tell, Charlotte, I'm facing you. I don't know what they're going to do yet. I have no idea because I know, I'm going way out here, but anyway, I know that from what I heard, the match that they got, on paper right now, marked in right now, going all the way to SummerSlam is Asuka facing Ronda Rousey and possibly Ronda Rousey being the one to, defeat the Streak. So I don't know. But anyway, what do you think?
Man, I think I heard that too, but man, the internet community is gonna fucking shit bricks, man, if Asuka loses to, rowdy Ronda Rousey. But I see Bliss. I don't want to say the other name because mine's gonna go off. I forgot to mute her before we did this. So for those that don't know, okay, we got an echo machine, and every time you say her name, she goes off, and my dumbass forgot to mute it. So somehow I see Bliss versus Jax. Jax is gonna lose to Asuka.
Yep.
Bliss is gonna retain because I think she's defending the title too in the Elimination Chamber. And that's another thing. Before I get back to that, let me quickly digress. What are your thoughts, dude, about
I think I already know what you're going to ask.
Elimination Chamber and how they're not really making that big of a deal out of this, bro, compared to like the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay. I thought okay. Yeah. I think it should be a big deal because it is a big deal.
But they're not making a big deal out of it though.
This match right here is, wow. This is going to be, this is going to be a good match. I really believe it is. And I was disappointed at first when they didn't have my girl, Mickie James in it. And when they switched up and who did they take out of that match? I think they took somebody. It was somebody who was originally supposed to have been in it, and they took him out, and I think it was Nia Jax because
she's fighting Asuka.
And they ended up putting Mickie James in her place, and they did the Nia versus Asuka thing, which honestly I thought that was a little too, them putting Asuka against Nia Jax right now. I actually thought that was a little too premature because it's really gonna make Nia Jax look really weak. By her getting beat by Asuka. But it's gonna make Asuka look strong, stronger. And then, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. But like you said, they aren't making a big deal out of this match, and this match ought to be just as big of a deal as the Royal Rumble. So, and what I thought you were gonna say? I thought you were gonna say what Alexa said to Kurt when she was telling him, how in the world are you gonna have me to defend my title in this match, and Brock not gonna defend his?
I was getting there, but I wanted to get your thoughts first on making a big deal out of it. But she brings up a legit point though. That's why I was like, wow, oh no, she didn't just say that.
Me too. That's what I said. And when she said that, my mouth dropped open. I was like, wow.
I know. I was surprised. I was like, oh shit. I was like, let's see how Kurt fires back with this one.
He couldn't. He really didn't have nothing to say. The only thing he said is, well, you didn't defend your title at such and such and such and such, and
that didn't answer the question though. You know what I'm saying? It's like
exactly. And then the thing about it, it wasn't her fault that she didn't defend the title. Y'all didn't put her in the damn match.
Well, she said that too, right? She's like, well, I'm not the one that makes the matches.
Exactly.
She was on fire, bro. She bitch slapped him all over that promo.
Yes, she did. Yep. So I thought that was a really good angle right there. Let me tell you something, man. Oh, girl, Bliss, she's come a long way, and I think she is awesome. I really do. I like her.
I was so proud
she
of her,
came
bro.
from freaking NXT as a nobody to really, and came up to the SmackDown and did her thing. And then, you know, man, she's one of the best women talkers they got. Her and Charlotte are awesome on that microphone.
Speaking of, let me go back to that thing. You were asking about how they're going to transition these matches, man. There has to be reasons for Asuka to cross over and challenge Charlotte, because that was one of the rumors, was having Charlotte face Asuka, and then Asuka is going to be a permanent staple on SmackDown. I mean, that's my guess. No one said that she's gonna, I mean, it wouldn't make more sense. I mean, are you gonna go win the championship and bring it back to Raw?
Nah, that wouldn't make any sense.
No, it wouldn't. So, I'm saying, I would think that Asuka is gonna somehow challenge Charlotte. She's gonna pick Charlotte, she's gonna fight Charlotte, and then she's gonna move over to SmackDown. Charlotte's gonna go back to Raw.
Yeah, or Charlotte, and they might leave, Bliss need to stay on SmackDown she needs to stay on Raw right now. And I think that it would help Charlotte a whole lot bringing her back to a Raw.
And that's how they're going to do the Ronda and Charlotte match though too, you know? So.
Exactly. And then it would give Asuka more people to fight.
And as far as the Bliss thing and Jax goes, you know, Jax is going to be all pissed off that she lost, and, you know, the next night on Raw, they're going to build it slowly, and then, you know, Jax is, you know, Bliss is going to be like, oh, don't worry about it, you know, at least I retain the title. You know what I mean? And then Jax is just going to bomb on her out of nowhere, and then that's going to turn Bliss babyface, because she got kind of a good little pop when she came and rescued James from being bombed on by Absolution, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Tag match. And I think that's why they're teaming her up, in my opinion, besides the storyline bullshit where the chicken shit heel wants to all her friends together, make friends, make money so she can retain the title. I think they're testing the waters to see, even though they shouldn't have, I mean, unless they're fucking stupid as hell, you know what I mean? Because Bliss is over, man. I mean, I remember last year, the moment her music hit, bro, I mean, the crowd just comes unglued, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think these guys are just saying, hey, let's see if the babyface will work, and then we'll turn her babyface going into Mania, doing the whole quote-unquote David versus Goliath thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just really hope they don't give the title. I don't. I mean, I've lost stock in Jax, man, the way they've done her.
Yeah. I think that it would be best for them to move her over to SmackDown too, though.
Yeah, I think so. You think both monsters, quote unquote, Asuka and Jax, should go to SmackDown?
Yeah, I think that. Because you already know they are going. They are going to have to build up some more women, because you know they're going to bring more women in, and you know, one thing that I heard about, and I'm sure you probably heard about it too, is starting with Backlash after WrestleMania, they are going to see about making all the pay-per-views, both SmackDown and Raw pay-per-views, instead of just having them like having an exclusive Raw and exclusive SmackDown. And they said it was because of the ticket sales were really bad.
I like that though, but I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know, I like it, but I don't. Here's why I don't. Because it's like, every year they would boast about Survivor Series. This is the only time when both rosters will you know, intermix with one another. So what is
which kind of made it more exciting.
Yeah. And Royal Rumble and Survivor Series, but what tagline are they going to use this year for Survivor Series?
I don't know.
I mean, once a year. It's the only time SmackDown and Raw. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, man.
Well, I guess they not gonna. I guess they just gonna leave that alone and just stick with the Raw versus SmackDown type of thing. And some people thought that they were gonna stop the brand. What is it? The brand.
The brand split.
What you call it? Yeah, the brand split. But I think that would be, to me, that would be really stupid for them to stop the brand split, because if they stop the brand split, then that's just going to be other wrestlers that's not getting time, to perform and everything. And I mean, that was the whole point of doing the brand split anyway, so that they could have people doing stuff, have more wrestlers getting airtime. So I don't know, man.
Speaking of airtime, this is way out of left field here, but man, you hear about Alicia Fox, man? Tailbone injury.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, damn, somebody must have slammed her ass really hard, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she's gonna be out for a few months, man.
Yeah.
That was happening during rehearsals, though.
Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, boy, I wouldn't even want to know how it feel to break a tailbone. Shit.
Oh, man. But, let's see. So, yeah, that's Mania, though. But, when it comes to, have you lost your interest in, I don't know, because ever since Paige was sidelined, I'm just not feeling it anymore with Absolution, bro. What about you?
I'm kind of with you on that, because Paige made a big difference with that.
I agree.
And with her not being really a part of it, and the only thing she is eye candy now. I love the eye candy part, but I mean, come on, man. It's not the same. And I have lost interest with I'm not going to say I lost interest with the women. I lost interest with the trio. That's what I lost interest in. And I honestly feel like, I don't know, man. Although they still playing Paige's music and everything, it's not the same. And then I feel like, why are y'all playing Paige's music if Paige ain't doing shit? Just give them their own music.
I would say eventually they will, maybe after Elimination Chamber. But yeah, man, I just lost interest in it. I mean, Paige was, I hate to say it, and nothing against, the other two, but I think Paige was carrying that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I guess she can't take bumps, but she can, whoop ass, man, but, you don't want to,
you don't want to risk it.
And then on the other side, you got, the Riot Squad. Where they're headed with that is Charlotte. It looks like, she's trying to take everybody down in that team, and it looks like Ruby Riot might get the title shot at Fastlane.
Yeah.
What do you think about that card so far? I mean, it looks like, projected card looks like, the Usos against, what's their names? Harper and Owen. What's their tag team name?
Oh, you talking about the Bludgeon Brothers?
Yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers. And then AJ Styles defending his title. Quick thoughts though, man. What do you think about WWE flipping the script like that, man? Putting originally, Elimination Chamber was supposed to be 5, now it has 6 or 7 or whatever?
It's 7, yeah. And I'm wondering how in the world they are gonna, pull that off.
Yeah. So they have to do another,
they're gonna have, because there's gonna be 7, I guess 7 pods or 5 pods or whatever, because, people are gonna have to start the match off. So, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be definitely interesting.
But as a fan though, do you get annoyed with all these multi-man matches though?
Sometimes. It just depends on what kind of match it is and why they doing it. But yeah. But could they do it? I think they overdo it. That's what I get tired of.
Oh yeah, I agree, and that's where I was headed. I mean, do you think like they overdo it? I mean, triple threat match at Rumble. Now they're gonna have another multi-match, on the next 2 pay-per-views. So I get I can see where they're coming from. Like, let's just stack the deck in these main events. But we all know, man. I mean, Dolph Ziggler ain't gonna fucking walk into Mania, bro. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Elias ain't gonna walk into Mania.
Nope. Not right now anyway. It's not Elias's time yet. So, but eventually, I'm sure he's probably going to make it there. But, let me see. Did you hear that they were talking about at Backlash? That could possibly be where they do the Superstar Shakeup.
No, I didn't read it, but I saw it, but I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Well, there were rumors since last September, man. It was supposed to be happening last September, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't do it last September because that would have been way too damn early.
Yeah, that would have been too early. Too early. Plus, I think that them doing a Superstar Shakeup on a pay-per-view, I think that's stupid. And the reason why I say that is because not everybody is going to get to see it because not everybody has the network.
But on the business standpoint, though, that's what they're using to entice customers to sign up. Though.
I feel you. That's true. That is true. That's true. So that would, yeah.
Or smart fans like us, fuck you, man. I don't have to order it. I'll just read it online.
Exactly. I already paid $9.99. Shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, how is the road to WrestleMania treating you, though, man? I mean, is it hurting your brain? Or, I mean, are you excited for Mania?
Oh, I'm always excited for Mania, but, I think this is like the first time that that it's been taking this long for us to know damn near the whole card at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We only know like a couple things that's possibly like we already know that Shinsuke is going to challenge AJ. We already know that Roman Reigns is going to challenge Brock Lesnar. We know that Charlotte is going to have a match. We know that Alexa Bliss is going to have a match, but who are they going to face? We know that Braun Strowman is going to have a match. We know that Ronda Rousey is going to have a match, but who are they fighting?
So yeah, man, WrestleMania, dude, it's just, I hate to make it sound like Elimination Chamber and Fastlane are just afterthoughts, but if I was paying, I'll just put it this way, bro. If I was paying the cable company, if I had to, I wouldn't order those pay-per-views. Just put it that way.
Which ones?
I would probably not order the SmackDown one, but I would order the Fastlane simply for the Women's Elimination Chamber. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't know if you remember, man, the pay-per-views through the cable companies, man, be like $44.95 for a pay-per-view. So,
Okay, hold on. The Elimination Chamber and Fastlane are two separate things, ain't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said if I had
Okay. You said you would get the Fastlane. I mean, you would get the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, I would get the Chamber versus.
Okay, got you. All right. Yep. I'm in agreement with you on that because, I mean, really, the SmackDown, I don't know, man. It's just pretty much all the same. Both shows keep putting the same people against each other. And you like, okay, give somebody else a chance.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. I will say I am getting sick of this whole, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn shit, man. It's been going on for a couple of months now, man. And earlier when we were talking about projected matches at Mania, what the hell is Sami and Kevin are going to do? So is their relationship going to break off after Fastlane and they're going to fight at Mania?
I think that would be stupid because I'm really tired of seeing them fight too.
that match they had, what was it, this week or last week? Kevin versus, I think it was this week, right?
That was last.
That was an entertaining match, to tell the truth, man, between those two. I don't really get a chance to see those two fight often.
They do have good matches. I ain't saying they don't have good matches. I'm just tired of seeing them fight each other.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you how thin the roster are. I mean, because I should have mentioned this before, but this, if you think about it, man, I kind of stopped counting after 10. Did you realize a third of the Royal Rumble were like dudes from NXT? The first 10, bro.
Yep.
We're like NXT graduates. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm like, see, this is why just bring everybody up from NXT, man. Fuck it.
just like I'm sure, when they do the, at WrestleMania. Yeah, that's right. We do know of another match too, which is going to be the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I'm sure they are going to have a lot of NXT guys come, through with that too. Cause remember, that's how, came up. Corbin. So, and from what I'm hearing, they are talking about trying to get Goldberg to be in that WrestleMania, match. But to me, if he's in it, they better not let him win it. Cause I mean, that's stupid to me. Let somebody who is up and coming. And the only reason why they trying to put Goldberg in it is because I forgot what it was they was doing. I don't know if it was Sports Illustrated or somebody that was trying to, no. They doing some kind of, it's some kind of, somebody, oh my goodness, I forgot what it is, who was trying to, they were doing a story on Goldberg or something. But I don't think that Goldberg should be the winner of that match. Now, I don't mind him being in it, but let him put over a new talent.
That's the way it should be, man.
Somebody from NXT, challenge him or whatever.
Now, The Undertaker, that's another match, possibly. Undertaker versus John Cena. People are, just because John Cena made that comment, WrestleMania is all about this and that. It brings the dead back to legends or some shit like, I can't remember what he said.
I heard him say that and he said that, but I think that The Undertaker is probably going to show up on, the Elimination Chamber. I mean, come on, man. What other way can they really get this going, besides that? I mean, it would make more sense for him to show up and he be the one to possibly like come in and tombstone John Cena or something and then have somebody to pin him, put him out of it.
Or the gong hits. I think I said that last year, the year before. Like, the gong's gonna hit and then he's gonna distract somebody, but I don't know, he might just show up the next day or something. I don't know. Honestly, dude, I'm honestly not, if it happens, I love The Undertaker. He's my favorite wrestler.
Me too. Yep.
I wouldn't be looking forward to that though, man. I don't know why. And speaking of Undertaker, y'all should check out that 24, man, on, WWE Network, man.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good. Undertaker out of character and shit like that, but, dipping back to Sasha Banks and Bayley, I understand, that they're slow burn and all that shit, but I ain't gonna front, bro. When Bayley defeated, Sasha, I was ready for Sasha just to bomb on her in her hometown, you know what I'm saying? And then when Jax came fuck that one up.
That's what I thought. I thought that's what was gonna happen.
I know, and then when Jax kinda like, bitch, you fucked everything up.
Yeah. But let me tell you about that. When Nia came out there and did that, I was like, what was the point of that? I guess the point was I don't know. Because I was like, bitch, you're not even in the Elimination Chamber match. I mean, these two ladies are. What's the point?
That I thought that too, but when she made that comment to try to justify it, if I can take down these two this quickly, can you imagine what I can do to you? And
I'm sitting there like, bitch, they just got out of a fight, huh? Yeah, of course you took them out. And you said you freaking twice as big as they are.
I will say though, man. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts have been on Raw or the women's division lately, but I've been digging what they're doing, like Bayley versus Asuka. That was a good 12-minute match. Sasha versus that Asuka match was off the chain.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Sasha wasn't gonna win, you know, for obvious reasons, but it was great.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's obvious that she's going to turn heel because she's been showing some heel tendencies lately. Or if she doesn't go heel, you know, she can just be that tweener. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because Sasha did say that she enjoys being a face now because of all the reactions that she gets.
But she would still get the reaction even being a heel because she was good.
Well,
she was really good at it.
I'm talking like, you know, when she's at these autograph signings and these little kids, you know. Like Charlotte even said, even nowadays, man, like when she's at autograph signings, people still give her shit about how mean she was to her dad. I'm like,
oh, wow.
I'm like, don't you guys know this is real? But hey, I give them a break, man, because it's little kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Little kids tell her, like, you were so mean to your dad. Let's see what else is there. So in a nutshell though, man, it's just, I'm enjoying it, but, you know, I'm not excited, like, you know, jumping up and down with the pom-poms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say the SmackDown thing is dragging me, man. The U.S. Championship, there you go. I was trying to bullshit.
Yeah. Bobby Roode.
What do you think about Randy Orton, man? Possibly grabbing that title.
I don't think that Randy Orton I think that Bobby Roode is going to beat him.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote that in my SmackDown results blog last week. You know, why are they even having this match? Bobby Roode's already made. He don't need to be put over. Randy Orton's already made. He don't need to be put over. Are they? It looks like they're going towards a triple threat match with Jinder. So are they trying to put the title on Jinder without damaging Roode and Randy? Damn,
that would be. I don't even want to see that, dog. I really don't.
Cause that's what it looks like it's headed, you know what I'm saying, with what happened with Jinder and the other two, recently on SmackDown, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause it makes me wonder because, like, look, they put the IC title on Roman, so now he has held every single title on the E, so I was thinking maybe that's what they're trying to do in Randy, you know, cause that's the only title he hasn't won.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He's never had the US title.
Okay.
That's another. I mean, that dude's over like Rover, bro. But I still think.
Yeah.
I mean, when he RKO'd out of nowhere, that shit just it takes the crowd like bam, man. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of RKO, I read this morning that I say that because it's a Diamond Cutter ripoff, but DDP is supposed to be on Raw here next week.
Yeah, I heard about that.
What do you think he's?
Nobody knows what he's coming for. I hope he ain't talking about no match. Shit. I don't want to even see that. I like DDP and all, but.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably just to plug something, you know what I mean? His app or his book.
DDP yoga shit. Yeah.
And so, you got anything else you want to add, man? Cause I think we damn near covered everything, man. You know, the Rumble was good. I liked it, but I will say because, you know, I'm a big Trish mark, man, even though there's that battle line between Lita and Trish, man, but.
Yeah, and Trish still looking good too, boy.
The funny thing about Trish, we were talking on Lillian Garcia's podcast, I guess when she got called, she was sitting there eating ice cream. You know what I mean? When they called her, like, hey, you want to do the Rumble? And what I liked about it too is that she didn't just say, yeah, I'll do it. No, she wanted to see if she could do it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, she said if she couldn't be 100%, she didn't want to do it. Oh yeah, and one female that I did not mention, and forgive me for it, beautiful, but Tori Wilson, she was in it too.
Man, she got a big ass pop too. I mean, like I mean,
yes, she did.
I threw that out on Twitter, man. Like during the pay-per-view, I said, man, these ladies from the past are getting bigger pops than to people now. You know what I mean?
I kind of figured that was going to happen, though.
It makes sense. I mean, they haven't seen anybody in like years, but Vicky Guerrero, bro, that was
that
was funny.
I thought it was funny, but I was just like, they could have kind of kept that.
She you know, everybody needs they need a comedic spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, the comedic spot, in my opinion, for the Rumble, for the guys, was, Sheamus being eliminated so quickly.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
And that was on his fucking birthday, too.
Yeah. Yep.
They probably wanted him to come back and blow out the candles. That's why they eliminated him so quickly or something. Or eat his cake because the shit was melting or something.
Man.
Did you see that video, man, of Sasha? That was a tearjerker, man. Sasha and Vicky backstage.
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
that always made me cry, bro. I was like, wow. And then seeing Bayley and Lita, it was awesome, man. Like, these women, like Alexa was saying, when she met Trish backstage, inside she was doing cartwheels and all excited, but she just maintained her professionalism and said, nice to meet you and blah, 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 blah.
And then I know Bayley too, when she was talking about Lita, she's saying how she was a little girl watching her idol in the ring, and now she's sitting here, talking to her in a match with her now. I was like, this is cool, man. This is awesome, really cool.
Man. It brought chills down my spine, man. I mean, Lita, Trish. What was cool though was seeing, cause Trish was saying on the podcast that she wanted to have a story with everybody in that ring,
Yeah.
And did you see and hear the crowd popped, man, when Mickey and Trish came face to face, bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
then that just made them say, yep, they remembered.
And Mickey was saying on Leland Garcia's recent podcast that, I was trying so hard to stay in character, but if you look close enough, you could see me with a big old smile across my face. You know what I mean? And, but I thought that was cool though, I mean, a lot of people rip on Trish for whatever, but, I thought it was cool. You guys go check out that podcast that I'm referencing with Leland Garcia, but she really made a point that she wanted to give time, and give time for the women in the sense of like, hey, I want to have a story with her, a story with her, a story with her. I mean, she was battling.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the one with Sasha and Trish, I think Sasha was the one that eliminated Trish, wasn't it?
Oh man, I think that Trish, I can't remember. Who eliminated, I thought Trish was the one who eliminated Sasha.
I don't remember. It's been a while, but that was pretty cool, man, to see Sasha and Trish like that. And then, but what trips me out though, man, these women need to get different hairdos, man. Did you, it was hurting my eyes, man, watching Sasha and Asuka on Raw that one night, staring at each other. I'm like, man, they got the same damn hair color, almost.
Damn near it. Yep.
I'm like, oh man, my eyes hurt, man. I had to turn the other way, but yeah, man, back to our predictions here though. So far, I think I'm gonna be wrong on all accounts because with Triple H, cause one of my predictions was it was gonna be 205 Alive was gonna be gone. But now that Triple H is taking control of that, I think they're gonna be around. Undertaker, is going to be wrestling at Mania, and Daniel Bryan, that was my last prediction, but I still think I'll get 1 out of 3, but it doesn't matter. What do you think about his character though?
Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, the whole thing between him and Shane. What do you think about all that? You think it's going to lead to a match?
I don't know. I'm wondering what the payoff is going to be. I really don't know what they are going to do with that. I'd love to see Daniel Bryan wrestle again, but I don't want to see him fight Shane McMahon though.
Shane McMahon has to be a part of Mania, so I don't, the only way I see it is Sammy's going to turn face going into Mania, and Shane's gonna be. There might be a mix. What the fuck? There might be a tag match. It might be Sammy and Shane versus Daniel and Kevin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sammy might say some dumb shit like, I saw the error of my ways and blah, 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 blah. Fuck you, Sammy, da, da, da. And, I don't know, but I'm not too excited about it, so I don't want to waste any more time on it, but it's getting on my damn nerves, man. It was just as bad as, Raw when they had those two GMs, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it was dragging. I was like, fuck it. I don't know why they have all these people on here. Just have one. I mean, look it over there on Raw. I mean, Stephanie's hardly ever on TV now. I mean, that must make you happy, right?
No, I like Stephanie.
I don't know. I say that because a lot of people are bitching about how Stephanie McMahon is taking too much TV time, And,
yeah, but I don't think so though. I don't think she do. She don't, I mean, she's not as bad as she used to be at all.
Yeah, she's toned down a little bit though.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, I always love to see a beautiful woman on TV. It ain't no big deal with me on that, but, this is one thing that I thought about. I don't know how they are going to end up doing this, but I'm wondering how they are going to, bring, Bobby Lashley in, because I know that, Bobby Lashley, from what I heard, he is signed with the WWE, but I'm wondering if after that match with Roman Reigns or whatever, is Bobby Lashley going to show up then, or are they going to let Brock get a rematch for the belt first, then Bobby Lashley show up or whatever? I'm wondering how they going to bring that storyline in.
I just hope that, Brock has been killing it, man, this past year. I mean, even though the dude doesn't show up a lot, but when he does show up, at least recently, he's been putting on some good matches, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
and he's been selling.
Yeah, selling like that AJ one, man, that was off the chain. And then Samoa Joe. Well, I don't know. I mean, okay, so off the top of my head, what I can remember, because I can only go back far as Great Balls of Fire, but I think he sold well at SummerSlam last year. It could have been done better with the Samoa Joe and the Strowman match, but the AJ, man, that match was off the chain.
But at SummerSlam, he didn't have to sell shit because he beat the shit out of Randy Orton in that match.
No, that was the 5-way match last summer. Remember, between Roman Reigns, Strowman, and last SummerSlam?
I thought that was Great Balls of Fire with that match. I don't remember. Yeah,
it's hard to keep track of, man. But Great Balls of Fire, that was Samoa Joe and Brock.
That's right. Yep.
The Randy Orton and Brock, that was the year before, I believe.
Okay. All right.
That was another match that could have been off the chain too if they would have let everybody, do what they do.
Mm-hmm. I was actually excited about that match until they did it.
Yeah, that was a big ass letdown, but yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe they might let him go because they already got UFC fighters in there like Shayna and Ronda, but that's on the female side, but who knows?
Yeah, and then Bobby Lashley coming back
Bobby
too.
Lashley too.
So.
But it's going to be interesting, though. If Brock stays, I just wish they would do a match between Lashley and Strowman and Brock. But
yeah, that's what they talking about doing. Because they said that after WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar and Lashley is going to go at it.
So I know you asked a moment ago, how are they going to do it? How do you think they're going to do it? See, I would see it like this. What was it, last year or 2 years ago? The day after Mania, Brock went on just like started beating the hell out of everybody ringside. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He got storyline suspended and came back at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't remember if it was last year or the year before. But anyway, so maybe that's what they should do, but the twist would be, instead of suspending his ass, the next night when he comes out and bombs on people, Lashley just comes out and that's how he debuts. He comes out, he, spears, Lesnar or something, or Lesnar sees him coming, he does the chicken shit, takeoff thing, but, cause I don't think he needs an elaborate type, music hit comes out and does a promo. I mean, when Lesnar came back in 2012, his music just hit, he just walked to the ring and then F5, Cena, that's it.
Yep.
So I think that's what they should do with Lashley, just have him, don't talk and just come in and start kicking ass, cause I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think he's that great on the mic, to tell the truth.
Hell no. Neither one of them is.
And Lashley actually wants that match. He, but it's not up to him really, but that would be a cool match to see. And it's obvious that Lashley has really turned it up in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I haven't seen him on TV in a while. I know, you and I got some mutual friends that will say, I've been watching him and her, blah, 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 since this and that. Fuck it. I don't watch TNA. I mean, somebody was ripping me on Facebook. And I'm like, no, I just don't like it. I ain't no WWE sheep. I like New Japan. I like ROH. I mean, I know they got ROH on TV. I don't know. I was I was at my, ex-in-law's house a few weeks ago, and my nephew, I like to call him my nephew by divorce. He was sitting there. His eyes were glued to the TV. The kid's like 10 years old, right? And he was sitting there. I'm like, wrestling? What the hell is that? It's Friday. And then I go, oh, that's ROH. I'm like, I wonder what channel I wonder what channel that is, but they got an antenna hookup over there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I know here it comes on Saturday nights at 11 at night.
But my point is, with their connection and hookup versus mine, I don't know what channel it's different, but.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I would watch it, you know what I'm saying? Impact Wrestling, I don't know. I would watch it, but it's so much wrestling right now on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can barely keep, after watching 3 days, or like, back in January, after watching NXT, Raw, SmackDown, Rumble, I was burnt out, bro. You know?
Yeah.
There's only so much wrestling a man could take, man, but,
yeah, and then they got to give you time to soak it all in.
Yeah, that's why I just wish they just went back to one brand. Seriously, before we close out, man, what do you think? Do you think they should have single brand? Like, does everybody battle, flip-flop between shows, or you think it's cool like this? Because in my opinion, it ain't working out, bro.
It ain't working out because Vince McMahon needs to go and work on his XFL and let Triple H and them take care of the business. And I believe that it will work out better. Either that or what they need to do, instead of having SmackDown on Tuesdays, put it back on Thursdays.
Yeah, it's a cost-saving measure for them to have it on Tuesday, apparently, you know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently.
So, yeah, man, it's just, I get it, separate brands. It's all for a business ploy, like, hey, when we go on tour, we can sell and market, hey, this is the SmackDown brand. This is the only time you get to see the SmackDown brand. So buy your tickets. But obviously that shit ain't working out, man. I mean, the ratings are not plummeting, but the ratings are dipping again. I mean, Raw 25, okay? Over 4 million people viewed that show. The last time, it was like 3 years ago since the last time they broke 4 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just face it, something's not right with the product in the sense of the ratings and attendance, man. I mean,
it's more the attendance than the ratings, because the ratings are still good. It's just not as good as it used to be. But the attendance is ugly, real ugly.
I mean, if you look at, what was it? I can't remember which one it was, but it wasn't NXT TakeOver. It was shit, man. Basically, they showed the wrestlers in the front row but behind them, it was like nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I still enjoy it. I'm glad lately they've gone away. Well, not both shows, but, do you care about the whole opener thing, that the way they do it? Like, they come out, they talk, and then they make a match. Do you think they should go away with that? Cause that formula's been there for a long ass time, man. You know, for
Talking
Raw.
about like the general manager coming out there,
or anybody coming out, just a talking segment. I mean, do you like the fact they can just come out and just start out with a match?
I do like a little talking, but they could cut down on it and then see, just like we've discussed before, like, you know, for a wrestler to do promos, do it like you used to do it back in the day. Like, while the wrestler is coming out there, have him, you know, show what he said about this person, you know, and then to show the other person what he said when he's coming out, where you won't take up so much talking time. And then you'll just have more time for action.
Yeah, that was back in the day, man. I mean, again, it just goes to show you how Vince is trying to, you know, you can either say he lost touch or he's just trying to change things up or whatever, man. But, damn, it's windy as fuck out here, man. I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing in the background. It's like whistling. But, anyways, so yeah, I mean, I like it. You know, when I rate my matches, you know, if there's too much promo shit, man, it kind of knocks the score down. Okay. When it comes to Raw, you can throw in the promos here and there, but, you know, like, what was it on SmackDown this past week? You know, you had that whole shit with the Bobby Roode thing and Randy Orton. Man, that was like, what, 10 minutes? 15 minutes? I'm like, dude, on a 2-hour show? You know? I mean, what a waste of time. That 10 minutes, 15 minutes could have been devoted towards a match. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I understood why they did what they did with the whole Ziggler and Corbin thing. That was pretty cool though, man, to see a heel bomb on a heel. You know what I mean? I get the story, but do you think with that, they're trying to possibly turn Corbin face? Do you think he's going to be turning face with that eventually, or you stay heel?
I think it would be a mistake for them to do that, because I mean, they need to. He's not been. I mean, I don't know, man. He's not really been there long enough to really shine, like, you know, as a heel. Really, in my opinion, I think he needs to stay heel for right now.
Yeah,
because they really, the only real solid heel that they even have right now that's not even there because he's injured is Samoa Joe, as far as wrestling all in general, all around.
I think
you really can't even call Braun Strowman a heel. He's a tweener.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the true definition of a heel, quote unquote, I mean, Samoa Joe fits the mold right there, man. I mean,
yeah.
Just badassery, basically, and unfortunately, dude's out until after Mania, and I don't know, man. That presents, you know, question. I mean, if he comes back, is he gonna bomb on Roman and just have a heavyweight title feud, because that happened last year? You know what I mean? I want to see Samoa Joe I want to see a feud with Samoa Joe and Strowman, man, to tell the truth.
Yeah, and I want to see Samoa Joe get that title.
He needs to get a title, but
definitely.
Thoughts on Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy? Anything going on there? You don't give a fuck?
That's my thought. Yep, I don't. I like them, but I don't care about, because they have already watered this match down.
And think of it, man. Bray Wyatt just a year ago won the championship at the Elimination Chamber, man. So, and look at him now.
Yep.
And the Finn Balor thing, I know we talked about him before earlier today in the podcast, but I'm still scratching my head as far as what they're doing with him. Where is he headed? What direction? I feel sorry for the guy, really. I'm like, man, I wish you would have had the title match at Rumble. Because remember, like you and I said, they don't remember their own storylines. Remember, he never lost his title.
Yeah.
Over a year ago. So, I don't know, man, but we'll see. But it's good to see the three dudes back together.
Yeah.
And,
the Baller Club.
Yeah. So that's, podcast 19, guys, in a nutshell. And, again, if you guys want to follow the podcast on Twitter, it's at the Rasslin Cafe, facebook.com/the Rasslin Cafe. Like the page and all the other stuff. And, what else is there? TheRasslinCafe.com. Visit that website. And you can subscribe to our podcast using iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Google Play. Missing one, right? Probably not. Stitcher? I say Stitcher. TuneIn Radio. Man, y'all know how to find us, man. And, you guys enjoy Raw next week. Enjoy the Elimination Chamber. Enjoy Fastlane and all that good stuff. And we'll catch you guys on the other side.